Hey everyone, welcome back to Powerful Stoic Habits. Have you ever felt like you're endlessly chasing someone who treats you like an afterthought, as if you're just a background character in their drama? Picture this: you're shouting in a crowded room, but your voice is drowned out by their indifference. What if I told you that the most powerful move isn't to chase harder or prove your worth, but to simply ignore them and let your silence speak volumes? Imagine their shock when they realize that the person they took for granted is now completely silent. It's like the noise they've been used to suddenly fades, leaving them alone with their thoughts. They may not see it immediately, but as you pull back, they'll start to feel the weight of your absence. Your silence becomes the loudest statement, a signal that their neglect has consequences. As Sun Tzu wisely said, the supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy. Without fighting, ignoring those who don't value you is exactly that: a victory without a battle. Ready to discover how to master this art and reclaim your power? Drop a comment with "My silence is my power," and let's dive into the 9 Stoic steps to transforming your life through the strength of your silence. Before we dive into today's steps, let me share a powerful story from a colleague that will set the stage for everything we're discussing. This story isn't just a tale, it's a turning point. It's about a colleague named Sarah, whose journey underscores why sometimes ignoring the toxic people in our lives is the only solution. Stay with me, because this could be the key to transforming how you see yourself and your relationships. Sarah's story begins in what seemed like a fairy tale. She was with Max, who appeared to be the perfect partner, kind, attentive, and supportive. But as time went on, the fairy tale began to unravel. Max, who once seemed to adore Sarah, gradually revealed his true self. His charm gave way to coldness, and his support turned into manipulation. The once happy relationship started to crumble under his subtle, yet persistent, attacks on her self-esteem. He criticized everything from her clothes to the way she spoke, making her feel perpetually inadequate. The situation took a darker turn when Sarah found out she was pregnant. A moment that should have been filled with joy was overshadowed by Max's cruel indifference. Instead of celebrating, Max accused her of trying to entrap him, making Sarah feel like the growing life inside her was nothing but a burden. Rather than offering support, he became even more distant, leaving Sarah to face the challenges of pregnancy on her own. As Sarah's pregnancy progressed, her health deteriorated, requiring strict bed rest. This was the time when Max's support was crucial, but he continued to neglect her, often disappearing for hours or days at a time. When he did come home, it was with harsh words and more emotional abuse. Sarah felt like her illness was a nuisance, as if she was a dead weight holding him back from his desired life. One night, overwhelmed by pain and despair, Sarah had a stark realization: the man she had loved deeply had never truly loved her back. Max's manipulations and emotional cruelty made it painfully clear that no amount of love or effort on her part would ever change his view of her. In that defining moment, Sarah made the bravest decision of her life. She chose to ignore Max not out of spite, but as a necessary act of self-preservation. She stopped chasing his approval, stopped engaging in his mind games, and shifted her focus entirely onto herself and her unborn child. This decision marked the beginning of her journey towards self-respect and peace. Sarah's story is a powerful reminder that sometimes ignoring someone isn't about bitterness, it's about reclaiming your life and finding the peace you deserve. At first, Max didn't take notice. He thought Sarah's silence was just another one of her phases, another ploy to get his attention. But as days turned into weeks, the impact of her silence became undeniable. The woman who once catered to his every whim was now absent. He was left staring into the emptiness he had created, realizing too late the treasure he had treated like trash. Sarah's story doesn't wrap up with a dramatic apology or a fairy tale reconciliation. Instead, it concludes with her discovering a strength she never knew she had. And the cherry on top, she gave birth to a beautiful daughter, a new life that became her wellspring of joy and empowerment. Ignoring Max wasn't just a strategic move, it was her lifeline. It was the key to reclaiming her dignity, self-respect, and life. She no longer needed his validation, she found it within herself and her child. Now, this isn't just a story, it's the heart of our video today. We're about to explore 9 powerful proofs from Sarah's journey that demonstrate why ignoring narcissists is not just an option, but the only solution. You'll see how ignoring them can transform your life in ways you never imagined. Sarah's story inspired me deeply, and I'm confident it will inspire you too. But here's the secret: it wasn't just the act of ignoring that worked wonders, it was the additional steps Sarah took that truly made the difference. Each step proves why ignoring them is crucial. Ready to discover these transformative steps? Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's dive in. Step 1. Recognize your worth. Welcome to Step 1. Recognize your worth. This foundational step is crucial in the journey to reclaiming your life and involves a profound understanding of your own value. Recognizing your worth is not just an abstract idea, it's a transformative realization that sets the stage for all subsequent steps in your path to empowerment. But how does acknowledging your worth prove that ignoring a toxic individual is the best move? Let's delve into this pivotal step, using Sarah's story as a guide. Recognizing your worth is the bedrock of self-respect and personal empowerment. It's about understanding that your value isn't contingent on the approval or validation of others. When you truly grasp your own worth, you no longer allow others to diminish or dictate it. This realization is crucial because it shifts the dynamic of your relationships and sets the stage for healthier interactions. In Sarah's case, her journey of recognizing her worth was a turning point. Despite her best efforts to gain Max's approval and validate her worth through constant sacrifice and emotional labor, she found herself trapped in a cycle of manipulation and disregard. Max's actions, dismissing her feelings, taking her for granted, and using her kindness to control her, revealed his failure to appreciate her intrinsic value. Sarah's epiphany came when she understood that no matter how much she tried to prove herself, Max would never truly value her. This realization was a game changer. Once Sarah recognized her inherent worth, the need for Max's approval diminished. She came to understand that his inability to appreciate her was a reflection of his shortcomings, not her value. This clarity was transformative. By acknowledging her worth, Sarah stopped seeking validation from Max, which in turn allowed her to disengage from his manipulative games. Ignoring Max became not just a strategy but a necessity for her self-preservation and growth. When you recognize your worth, you stop investing time and energy into relationships that devalue you. If you find yourself constantly trying to please someone who never reciprocates, or if you're always the one mending fences and maintaining peace while receiving only indifference or criticism in return, it's a clear sign that recognizing your worth is crucial. Understanding your value means knowing that it doesn't derive from how much you do for others, but from within yourself. For Sarah, this moment of self-recognition marked the beginning of a new chapter. No longer willing to tolerate Max's disregard, she made the conscious decision to focus on herself and her well-being. This shift was not merely about cutting off Max, it was about making room for her own healing and personal growth. By choosing to ignore Max's manipulative behaviors, Sarah reclaimed her power and set the stage for a more fulfilling life. Recognizing your worth is the essential first step that proves ignoring a toxic individual is not only justified but necessary. It's about refusing to waste your time, energy, and love on someone who fails to appreciate your value. Sarah's story underscores this crucial point. Knowing your worth is the gateway to setting boundaries and protecting yourself. Once you've recognized your worth, you're prepared to take the next step, setting boundaries. This step is vital in reinforcing your self-worth and ensuring that your newfound respect for yourself translates into actionable changes in your life. In our next discussion, we'll explore how setting boundaries solidifies your path to empowerment and reinforces your commitment to honoring your self-worth. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into how boundaries can fortify your journey to reclaim your life, making space for growth and ensuring that you continue on your path to a more empowered and fulfilling existence. Step 2. Set boundaries. Once you've uncovered your self-worth, the next pivotal move in reclaiming your life is setting boundaries. Imagine boundaries as your personal shield protecting your mental health, emotional stability, and overall dignity. They outline what you're willing to accept and what you'll no longer tolerate from others, making it clear that your value is non-negotiable. For Sarah, setting boundaries was a game changer. After recognizing her self-worth, she realized that action was necessary to preserve it. Max had been skilled at pushing her limits, manipulating her into discomfort, dismissing her needs, and undermining her efforts. Her newfound self-worth illuminated a crucial truth: without clear boundaries, Max would continue to trample over her. She understood that boundaries weren't merely about keeping him out, they were about safeguarding her own dignity and emotional well-being. Establishing boundaries is an empowering act of self-respect. Without them, you essentially give others the permission to treat you however they like. Max had become accustomed to controlling the relationship, secure in the knowledge that Sarah would always come back, no matter how poorly he treated her. But when Sarah started setting firm boundaries, the dynamic began to shift. She was no longer his emotional doormat. She clearly communicated that she would not tolerate his late-night absences, relentless criticism, or emotional neglect. When Max tested these boundaries, Sarah didn't engage in fruitless arguments or plead for change. Instead, she stood her ground, maintaining her limits unless he showed genuine respect. Setting boundaries isn't just about saying no to others, it's about saying yes to yourself. It's about prioritizing your needs and ensuring those around you understand and respect them. By establishing her boundaries, Sarah wasn't just keeping Max at a distance, she was creating space for her own healing and growth. She focused on her health, her pregnancy, and her future, free from the constant stress Max brought into her life. Implementing boundaries can be challenging, especially when dealing with someone accustomed to having their way. Max didn't like the new Sarah who refused to bend to his demands, and he pushed back. However, by standing firm, Sarah demonstrated her commitment to her self-worth and her determination not to let anyone cross those lines again. In your own life, setting boundaries might involve having difficult conversations, distancing yourself from toxic individuals, or even cutting ties with those who refuse to respect your limits. It's about creating a safe space where you can thrive without fear of being hurt or manipulated. Setting boundaries is a crucial step in proving that ignoring them isn't just a solution, it's essential for your well-being. Once you've recognized your worth and established these boundaries, you're well on your way to reclaiming your life. The next step, focusing on self-care to reinforce these boundaries and bolster your resolve. Stay tuned as we dive into how nurturing yourself becomes your ultimate act of defiance against those who don't respect your value. Step 3. Focus on self-care. After recognizing your self-worth and setting clear boundaries, the next crucial step in your journey to reclaiming your life is focusing on self-care. Self-care goes beyond superficial gestures. It's about deeply nurturing your body, mind, and soul. It's about putting yourself first, something essential for healing and growth, especially after enduring a toxic relationship. For Sarah, focusing on self-care was a transformative experience. Once she had established her boundaries with Max, she realized she needed to redirect the energy she had been investing in him back onto herself. She had spent countless hours trying to fix the relationship and prove her worth, all while neglecting her own well-being. But as soon as Sarah began prioritizing self-care, she noticed a significant shift in her life. Self-care starts with taking care of your physical health. For Sarah, this meant focusing on her well-being during her pregnancy. She began making healthier food choices, incorporating exercise into her routine, and ensuring she got enough rest. By prioritizing her physical health, she felt stronger and more in control. This newfound strength not only improved her physical health, but also bolstered her emotional resilience. Caring for your body sends a powerful message that you are deserving of care and attention. But self-care isn't just about the physical aspect, it's also about nurturing your emotional and mental well-being. Sarah turned to mindfulness practices, setting aside time each day to reflect on her thoughts and emotions. She started journaling, which allowed her to process the pain and confusion she felt from her relationship with Max. This practice helped her release negative emotions, gain clarity, and find peace amidst the chaos. In your own life, focusing on self-care might involve exploring activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. This could be taking long walks in nature, diving into a favorite book, practicing yoga, or simply allowing yourself time to relax and recharge. These activities help you reconnect with yourself and remind you of what truly matters. For Sarah, reigniting her passions was a crucial part of her self-care journey. She had always loved painting but had set it aside because Max didn't value it. Picking up her paintbrushes once more reconnected her with a part of herself that had been lost, bringing immense joy and satisfaction. Self-care also means surrounding yourself with positivity. Sarah made a conscious effort to distance herself from negativity and surround herself with supportive people who uplifted her. She reached out to friends and family who genuinely cared about her and provided the encouragement she needed. This positive environment played a crucial role in helping her maintain her boundaries and stay focused on her well-being. Focusing on self-care doesn't just aid in your healing process, it empowers you to protect your boundaries and strengthens your resolve to stay away from toxic influences. Prioritizing your own needs makes you less susceptible to accepting behavior that undermines your self-worth. As you continue to invest in self-care, you'll notice the power that others once held over you beginning to diminish. You're creating a life centered around your happiness and fulfillment, which is something no one can take away from you. However, self-care is not the final step in your journey. It's the foundation for the next phase, cutting ties with those who drain your energy. As you become more grounded in self-care, the need to eliminate contact with individuals who don't respect your value becomes clear. In the next step, we'll explore how severing ties is a natural progression from focusing on self-care and how it helps you safeguard your newfound peace and strength. Stay tuned as we delve into why sometimes the most loving thing you can do for yourself is to let go of those who don't honor your worth. Step 4. Cut the cord. Once you've invested in self-care and built your inner strength, the next crucial step in reclaiming your life is to cut the cord with the toxic influence. This step is essential for creating a sanctuary where you can heal and grow without the constant weight of past negativity. Cutting the cord isn't just about making a clean break, it's about erasing the presence of a negative force from your life entirely. For Sarah, deciding to cut ties with Max was one of the most challenging yet liberating decisions she made. Despite recognizing her worth, setting firm boundaries, and focusing on self-care, she found that Max's continued presence, no matter how minimal, kept her tethered to past pain. His interactions, even infrequent, dragged her back into the emotional turmoil she was trying to escape. Cutting the cord involves more than just avoiding physical encounters, it's about eliminating all channels of communication. This means blocking calls, texts, social media interactions, and even those seemingly benign just checking in messages. It's about removing the temptation to re-engage with someone who has repeatedly shown they don't have your best interests at heart. For Sarah, this meant blocking Max's phone number, unfollowing him on all social media platforms, and removing any lingering reminders of their past. This decisive action was her way of protecting herself from the manipulation and emotional turbulence that had plagued her. While it can be daunting to cut all contact, especially if the relationship had been a significant part of your life, remember that this step is about prioritizing your well-being over any lingering guilt or concern about their reaction. Cutting the cord is a powerful act of self-respect and liberation. It's your way of saying, "I deserve more than this." It's about refusing to allow someone who has consistently disrespected and hurt you to continue occupying space in your life. By severing these ties, you give yourself the freedom to move forward and build a life that reflects your true worth. For Sarah, cutting the cord was the final breakthrough she needed to free herself from Max's control. It allowed her to fully embrace her new life, one where she wasn't defined by his mistreatment. This newfound freedom enabled her to focus entirely on her healing journey, emerging stronger and more resilient. As you take this step, you'll start to feel the peace and clarity you've been searching for. Cutting the cord isn't about fleeing from your past. It's about creating the necessary distance to protect your mental and emotional health. By eliminating the source of negativity, you create space for healing and positive growth. In the next step, we'll delve into how surrounding yourself with a supportive network can further solidify your decision to cut ties and keep you on track. Stay tuned as we explore how building a strong support system plays a vital role in your journey to reclaiming your life and ensuring that you continue to thrive. Step 5. Build your tribe. After severing ties with the toxic individual, the next essential step in your journey is to build your tribe, a circle of supportive and uplifting individuals who genuinely care about your well-being. This step is vital because even though you've made significant progress, the journey ahead can still be challenging. Having a strong, positive support network is crucial for maintaining your momentum and ensuring that you don't slip back into old, detrimental patterns. Think of it this way: you've just removed a heavy weight from your life. Now it's time to surround yourself with a team of people who can help you soar. For Sarah, building her tribe was transformative. Once she cut ties with Max, she reached out to friends and family who had always been there for her, but whom she had neglected during the tumultuous relationship. These individuals were more than just companions, they were her pillars of strength. They reminded her of her intrinsic worth when she questioned it and motivated her to keep pushing forward, even when the path was steep and fraught with challenges. Breaking free from a toxic relationship can often leave you feeling isolated and vulnerable. This is why connecting with others who offer both emotional and practical support is incredibly important. You might lean on trusted friends who can provide a listening ear and sage advice. Join a support group where you can share experiences and gain insights from those who understand your journey. Or work with a therapist to help navigate the complex emotions and residual effects of the toxic relationship. A supportive tribe does more than just offer comfort, they play a crucial role in reinforcing the boundaries you've set. They remind you of the reasons behind your decision to cut ties and help you stay committed to your healing process. Sarah's support system was like a safety net that caught her during moments of doubt and helped her rebound with greater resilience each time. This network of caring individuals became her anchor, keeping her grounded and focused as she continued on her path of self-improvement. As you build your own tribe, you'll notice that your resolve to maintain boundaries and focus on self-care will strengthen. This network of people will provide you with the encouragement and reinforcement you need to stay true to your newfound sense of self. They will celebrate your successes, however small, and offer comfort during setbacks, ensuring that you remain steadfast in your journey toward growth and empowerment. In the next step, we'll delve into how focusing on personal growth can further solidify your newfound strength and ensure you continue moving forward. Stay tuned as we explore how embracing personal development can lead to a life of fulfillment and authenticity, setting the stage for a brighter and more empowered future. Step 6. Embrace personal growth. With your support system firmly in place, it's time to turn your focus inward and embark on a journey of personal growth. This pivotal step is not just about moving past the old, it's about evolving into the best version of yourself, liberated from the constraints of your previous toxic relationship. Personal growth is a dynamic process of rediscovering who you are, setting fresh goals, and embracing the person you are truly meant to become. Consider Sarah's journey. After severing ties with Max and surrounding herself with a network of supportive friends and family, Sarah found herself at a crossroads. This was not just a chance to move on, but an opportunity to reinvent her life. She began to explore new interests and rekindle old passions that had been sidelined. Painting, an art form she once loved but abandoned because Max dismissed it, re-emerged as a powerful source of joy and self-expression. Each brushstroke was not just a return to a hobby, but a declaration of her newfound freedom and self-worth. Personal growth goes beyond merely returning to past interests. It's about setting ambitious new goals and pursuing them with vigor. For Sarah, this meant reigniting her career aspirations with renewed passion. She faced challenges head-on that she had previously avoided. Driven by a fresh sense of purpose, she dove into personal development through reading, enrolling in courses and participating in activities that broadened her perspectives and skills. Each achievement was a testament to her resilience and an affirmation of her autonomy. As you embark on your own journey of personal growth, you'll notice a profound shift in your need for external validation. Your self-confidence will blossom as you start to derive fulfillment from within. This newfound sense of purpose will empower you to move beyond mere survival and embrace a life rich with vibrant growth and achievement. You'll discover that you have the strength to shape your life according to your values and aspirations, unshackled by the limitations of past relationships. In the next step, we'll delve into the importance of practicing emotional detachment. This process of letting go is crucial for achieving peace and authenticity in your life. Stay with me as we explore how mastering the art of detachment can further your journey toward complete independence and self-empowerment. Step 7. Master the art of detachment. As you continue your journey of personal growth and start reclaiming your life, the next crucial step is mastering the art of detachment. This step is pivotal because detachment allows you to navigate your emotions with clarity and purpose, free from the lingering shadows of past wounds and unhealthy attachments. Detachment isn't about numbing your feelings or cutting off your emotions completely. Instead, it's about creating a healthy distance that enables you to see things more clearly and objectively. It's a form of emotional self-preservation that helps you avoid getting caught up in the turmoil of past relationships or situations that no longer serve you. For Sarah, mastering detachment was a transformative experience. Despite cutting ties with Max and embarking on a path of self-improvement, she found herself occasionally entangled in thoughts of him, battling feelings of guilt, sadness, and longing. It was a natural part of her healing process, but Sarah understood that true recovery required her to release these emotional anchors. By practicing detachment, she learned to manage her emotions rather than letting them control her actions and decisions. Detachment involves accepting that you cannot change someone else's behavior or opinions, only your own responses and attitudes. It's about recognizing that the relationship is over and that your future is no longer dependent on the other person's presence or approval. Sarah embraced techniques such as mindfulness and meditation, which helped her observe her thoughts and feelings without being overwhelmed by them. This approach allowed her to stay calm and centered, even when memories of Max resurfaced. Rather than reacting impulsively to these memories, she practiced acknowledging them and then letting them go. As you master detachment, you'll find that the grip the past once had on you begins to loosen. You'll become more focused on the present moment and more empowered to shape a future that aligns with your values and goals. Detachment fosters a sense of clarity and purpose, allowing you to break free from the emotional chains that have held you back. It's a powerful tool that helps you maintain your peace of mind and reinforces your sense of self-worth as you no longer allow past relationships or unresolved issues to dictate your emotional state. Next, we'll explore how harnessing the power of silence can serve as your ultimate tool in preserving your peace and reinforcing your self-worth. Silence, as we'll uncover, can be a profound statement of strength and self-respect, offering you a way to maintain boundaries and focus on your personal growth without unnecessary conflict. Stay tuned as we delve into how choosing silence over engagement can propel your journey toward empowerment and healing. Step 8. Master the power of silence. As you solidify your practice of detachment, it's time to tap into the transformative power of silence. Silence isn't merely the absence of noise, it's a deliberate, strategic choice to dodge unnecessary drama, conflict, and emotional manipulation. It's about safeguarding your peace by resisting the urge to react or justify yourself to those who don't deserve your attention. For Sarah, harnessing silence was a game changer. After years of futile arguments with Max and defending herself against his relentless criticisms, she had a revelation: no amount of words would ever alter his behavior. Max thrived on conflict, using every reply from Sarah to fuel his manipulative games. By opting for silence, she cut off the emotional supply line he fed on. The silence became her most powerful ally, leaving Max without his usual bait and switch tactics. It sent a resounding message that Sarah was done with the toxic dynamic. In your life, harnessing silence can be revolutionary. It's your way of reclaiming your power, refusing to let others dictate your emotional state. Silence allows you to step back, see things with fresh clarity, and move forward on your terms. It's about maintaining your dignity and self-respect, even when faced with attempts to drag you into negativity. By embracing silence, you create a sanctuary for positivity and self-healing, focusing on what truly matters: your well-being, goals, and happiness. As Sarah embraced silence, she unearthed a profound peace she hadn't known in years. The chaos of the toxic relationship melted away, leaving her with a clear mind and the freedom to chase what truly brought her joy. Silence isn't a sign of weakness, it's a bold declaration of strength. It shows you value your peace and self-worth over the chaos others try to impose on your life. Embracing silence allows you to live on your own terms with an unwavering calm and clarity. Next up, we'll dive into the final step of your transformation: reclaiming your life. We'll explore how all these powerful steps converge to help you build a future that's authentically yours, free from the shadows of the past. Stay tuned as we wrap up this empowering journey and set the stage for a truly fulfilling future. Step 9. Seize your life. The final step in your journey to reclaiming your power is, fittingly, to seize your life. After recognizing your worth, setting boundaries, focusing on self-care, cutting off contact, building a supportive network, embracing personal growth, practicing detachment, and mastering the art of silence, you're now ready to take full ownership of your life. This step is about more than just moving on, it's about crafting a life that reflects your true self, free from the control of someone else's actions or expectations. For Sarah, seizing her life was the grand finale of her journey. She had spent years conforming to Max's desires, sacrificing her own dreams in the process. But now, with the toxic relationship behind her and a renewed sense of self, she was ready to reclaim her power. Seizing her life meant reconnecting with who she was before Max and redefining who she wanted to be moving forward. Sarah's first step was to dive back into her passions. Painting, which she had always loved but abandoned due to Max's disapproval, became a source of immense joy and fulfillment. This wasn't just about rekindling a hobby, it was about reclaiming a part of herself that had been lost. Each brushstroke was a bold declaration of her independence. Seizing your life also means setting new goals and chasing fresh opportunities. Sarah set ambitious career goals she had once shelved because of Max's lack of support. She took classes, sought new challenges, and pushed her limits, proving to herself she was capable of more than she'd ever believed. This step also involves taking control of your narrative. Sarah's story had long been defined by her relationship with Max. Now, she was rewriting her story. She was no longer defined by the pain, but by her strength and resilience. This new narrative empowered her, placing her in the driver's seat of her own life. Seizing your life means embracing the future with confidence and optimism. Sarah stopped dwelling on what could have been and began focusing on the possibilities ahead. This shift in perspective allowed her to move forward without being anchored to past regrets. As you stand on the brink of this new chapter, remember, seizing your life isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving with all your might. Embrace this moment to truly live fully, boldly, and authentically. You faced challenges, learned valuable lessons, and now it's your time to shine. Your journey to reclaim your life is the ultimate act of empowerment, and you're ready to step into a future that reflects your true self. Thank you for joining me on this powerful exploration. If you found this video inspiring and empowering, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Powerful Stoic Habits for more content like this, and share your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear how you're planning to seize your life and live it to the fullest. Until next time, remember, your life is yours to shape. Grab it, own it, and live it with purpose. keep thriving, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and stay powerful.